oh shit, they're reunited and it feels so good. In the middle of a mission, Sabo, he starts getting his memory back. He just starts remembering. He said, damn, back on that island, I used to play with these two little kids. That's the first thing he remembers. Then he starts crying like a bitch. When the news break, when he finds out Ace got killed, that's when it all starts coming back to him. And then his partners in the background, they're describing everything in great detail. So they're saying, oh, Ace almost, Whitebeard died and Ace got killed. He got a hole blown right through him. And he got sodomized. And he was killed right in front of his brother's face. And before he went to the war, he was being tortured and impaled down. And they just kept going. And Sal was listening to like, God damn, you don't have to be that specific. They said, oh yeah. And he had a hangnail before he died. They said everything. They said they didn't even let him go to the bathroom and impale down. You know, and they just kept making it worse and worse. Anyway, he broke down crying, but he finally got his memory back. And he told Dragon, he said, get Dragon right now. I got to tell him. Basically, Dragon, you're not just my stepfather. You're my real stepfather because I'm your son's stepbrother. So basically, they were meant to be together in the first place. Then he told Koala, excuse me, that he remembered why he went out on that boat, why everything happened, why he didn't want to go back, everything. You know, you can learn a lot about people from looking at their shoes, where they gone, where they been. He learned all that stuff. So Koala asked him, she says, are you going to quit? That's a good question because once he remembers why he left for sea, he might want to go out to do that again. And he's like, nah, he gave up on the pirate thing. He gave up on it. I mean, because he hasn't been doing it. He had no desire to do any type of pirating for the past, 15 years or something. I mean, a long time. He had no, was it 15 years? No, it was like 13 years. About 13 years. 12. It was over a decade that he had no desire to pirate. Not only that, he's put so much into the Revolutionary Army, it wouldn't make sense at this point. It wouldn't make much sense at all. You know, hey, I gave up on that. And there ain't no sense in turning back. For what? I was a kid back then. Anyway, he told Dragon everything that went down. Then my man Sabo, he had everybody crying because they cut to the future and he's talking to the Straw Hats. They listening to the story. They crying like hoes. They are crying like hoes. Then he talks about how he got reunited with Luffy. He tells that story. We already seen it. I think they gave a little more detail this time. It was cool. Took a little long, but it was good. I liked it. I think it was good overall. Took a little long. Anyway, after that goes down, then he says that he had made a Vrivri card in order to keep an eye on Luffy. Now that was interesting. Why? Because as far from what we know, they said that you get Vrivri cards made from certain people in the New World, right? Or somebody somewhere on the Grand Line in the New World, I think it is. You get it from there, right? He was able to make one for Luffy so quick and so fast, which means that either he or somebody on his team knows how to make it. So they said you need to get them from a certain island, if I'm not mistaken. But somebody that's in the revolutionaries, one of the revolutionaries, they know how to make them, and they know how to make them quick. They good at it. They're good. So that's one thing right there. Anyway, after that, Sabo sets off. He says, oh, I gotta get the fuck out of here. They cut to the gladiators or whatever that was competing in the tournament. And had transformed. What's my man? Cavendish. He transformed. That part was funny as hell. Everybody's sleeping. You see him wrapped up in the chains trying to escape to kill everybody. So Bartolomeo was right. He said, we need to keep this motherfucker chained up at all times. He said, I can't sleep knowing this nigga, getting ready to kill me. And he said, not at all. He said, we're not even going to play those types of games. They had him wrapped up. He's damn near floating trying to get out. You see him like hovering because he's trying to get out so hard. And he's just like this, trying to break through the chains. He should have did that when he was with his crew. I don't know about chains. That wouldn't be too comfortable sleeping in. But they should have had something to keep him from killing his crewmates. Anyway, after that, we cut to Fujitora. He's gambling. He says, if the dice come up on any number other than 1, I'm going after Luffy, right? He kind of has to anyway, in order to really be with the Marines. It's not so much that he has a huge problem with the Marines per se. He got a problem with a lot of the protocols and a lot of the infrastructure. He thinks that being a Marine is a good thing. He thinks that the stopping pirates is a good thing, but he thinks it needs to be more regulations. It needs to be a little more strict, in terms of who they give permission to, they give him like free reign to go ahead and do whatever they want. He said we can't do that. So he wants more discipline within the Marines. I don't think he wants to lead the Marines, because if he did, he would have did it. Anyway, it landed on 1, so he said he's gonna leave Luffy alone. Maynard, he's mad. He said, "Fuck that dice, fuck that." Fujitora is a gambler, but he honors his debts. He's like, "Yo, it landed on 0. I mean, it landed on 1. That's it. Period." Maynard's like, "Fuck that dice. I don't give a damn about that dice. We going for Luffy, motherfucker. We going for him. Aki Inu's gonna be on my ass. We going for Luffy." That's how he felt. Anyway, after that, we see Sabo. He's flying away on some crows, a bunch of crows. I think it's somebody with a devil fruit is doing that, right? But then here's a kicker. I don't know if they did this in the manga, but when I read it in this anime, it seemed different to me. He said, when we get back, I need to tell Dragon. Before, I was thinking that the crows may have been Dragon, and the reason why you see a lot of wind is because when he turns into a crow, he's blowing with his wings or something like that. But somebody else got a flying devil fruit power right now. That's what we do know. I don't know who it is. It could be Koala. We never seen her use a devil fruit power. I never seen her. I ain't see her with no stone cuffs on or anything. To me, they never revealed that she's not a devil fruit user. So could be her. And they could be doing that as a damn surprise or something like that. What was I gonna say? But he said we got to go back and see Dragon. So the crows ain't Dragon. So Dragon's fruit has nothing to do with crows. So it's something else. I can't wait to find out what it is. This episode was kind of slow. Like I said, I wish they would have stretched the other episode out a little bit more. I kind of wish they did. This episode wasn't bad, and it was a necessary episode, and it was good overall. But I'm only gonna give it a 4. I'm gonna give it a 4 because it was a good episode and it was necessary, but it was kind of slow. Wasn't as slow as we've been getting before the Dressrosa arc ended, but it still was kind of slow. Got a bunch of flashbacks of stuff we already saw. Stuff took too long. People crying for a long while. Man, it was just kind of slow. But anyway, go ahead and leave your comments, like the video, subscribe, because I can't eat. I'm broke, nigga. I'm broke. And you got the power to change that. Peace.